Welcome to Backstage Buzz at the MAC. I'm Diana Martinez, and we have a very special show for you today. We are going to show you how Backstage Buzz is created each month. But first, I'm going to introduce you to Justin Witte, the curator of the Cleve Carney Gallery, who's going to share some of the highlights of the permanent collection with you and tell us what's coming up this year at the Cleve Carney Gallery. So welcome, Justin. I understand today you're going to show us a little bit of the permanent art collection.
Yeah, at the college we have a great permanent art collection of over 800 pieces. It's a really amazing collection to have in any school, and it serves as kind of like a free public museum to the community. And I'd love to show you some of the work we have on display right now.
Let's go.
All right.
So Justin, tell me what are the ones that you feel everybody should know about or highlight?
Well, we have some great work in the lobby right now that's some of our recent acquisitions. For instance, this is a Frank Stella print. Frank Stella is probably one of the foremost modern artists in the U.S. Got famous when he was operating in New York in mid-century. He's still making a lot of work. His work is shown across the world, museums all over the world. And this is actually part of a series called the Circuit Series. It's called the Circuit Series because it's actually based on a racetrack.
Oh, okay. I can see it.
Yeah, so this one is based on the Imola 3 racetrack, which you can kind of go in, you start to see the lines working in there. But the other aspect that I really like about it in terms of Stella's work, this is very much in the style that he's known for. Like a lot of fluid lines, bright colors, almost kind of a late 20th century look. This is an excellent piece, and this was donated by Dr. Helga and Dolores Frank just the past year.
You have a lot of amazing pieces that we have had donated, which is really truly where some of the more significant pieces have come, isn't it?
Yeah, we've had fantastic donations.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I think that we've shown that we can handle taking in the work, and that we respect the work, and that we show it in a way it should be shown. So I think
maintain it.
And maintain it. We have the facilities
and
insure it. We know how to do all the aspects of it. You know, our crew knows how to handle it. And I think starting with Cleve, you know, when he gave that great gift of his collection to the school, that really kind of gave the green light to other collectors who said, you know, I want my work to be seen. I want to share it with the community. Right. And this is a place where I can leave it.
What about this piece? Tell us about this one.
Victor Passmore, he is maybe not as known to a lot of Americans, but he would be an equivalent to a Warhol or a Stella in England in the same period. So, you know, operating 1950s, 60s, you know, kind of the blooming of abstract art. He was really a big name in English art circles. Okay. And speaking of Andy Warhol,
look at this, right over here.
To add to our already great collection of Warhol pieces, we have, you know, as you know, 6 prints and a number of photographs from the foundation. Again, Dr. Helga and Dolores Frank also gave us this from Warhol's Volcano series. And this one's interesting because it was made just 2 years before his death. Wow. And it goes in line with a lot of his death series, his prints where he was dealing with catastrophe, repeating pictures over and over of catastrophe. And this is, you know, Mount Vesuvius erupting. So
it's powerful.
It is.
And you can see his name right there.
Yep. And that's what's amazing about, you know, people come in, especially the lobby all the time, they're going to see the Nutcracker, they're going to see whatever.
And they don't realize this is right here.
Is that a poster? No, that's the real thing. And what that means is that, you know, laying in his studio, at some point, he was making the final decisions about it. He's signing off the paper. So that kind of air of that space, the moment of that space, of that time is really imbued in that paper, and it's sharing that space with us. So it's really amazing, not just as an artwork, but kind of this historical connection to that period.
I love the way you think. So talk to me, right now, you have also the Cleve Carney Gallery, right? That's really where you house your big and highlight your big shows that you work on all throughout the year, and you do 6 shows a year.
Yes.
So can you give us a little peek inside what that looks like?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Let's go check it out.
One thing I love about how you influence the space is these walls. Can you explain these walls to everybody? Because I think it's kind of cool.
Sure. When I started here, it was just a big,
one space,
beautiful open space, and there was no way to kind of adapt for different shows, like group shows. Like for instance, this show up right now is part-time art faculty exhibition. So you have a group show of a lot of different work, a lot of pieces in different styles. It's hard to just show them in one big wall.
Right.
So we were able to acquire a mobile wall system. So all of these wall sections are made out of 4-foot by 10-foot sections that lock together and form different configurations.
But they look like they're here permanently, and they work really well.
Well, it's because we're really good.
You are really good. All right, so here we are in the Cleve Carney Gallery. Yeah. And right now we are looking at a part-time faculty art exhibit.
That's correct.
Want to tell us about some of the highlights?
Well, sure. We have a lot of pieces that showcase the range of work that our part-time faculty in the art department are working on. Great abstract paintings. I really think that this dress made out of pages from romance novels is a really exceptional piece.
So what's the difference between like this painting and this painting? What would you say this is?
This is representational,
yes.
Whereas this is just an abstract piece that's based on composition. In this case, really dealing with just hard geometric lines, and it's about how the whole piece is composed.
So we have part-time faculty in sculpture, painting, what else? Printmaking,
jewelry making, ceramics.
So you'll see a variety in here today.
Absolutely, yeah. People really like to see this show along with the student show because of that variety.
Right.
They get a sense of a lot of the different work.
This is a gorgeous piece right here.
Yeah.
And really unique and different.
So this piece by Carrie Ann Brokowski is made out of little cut-out pieces from a romance novel. And it's called Consequences of What You Do to Me, which I think is a line from one of the novels itself. And what's amazing, you can think about the idea of that title tied in with a romance novel, like what is the story behind this? Why are you wearing this narrative? But also just the craft and construction of it is pretty amazing.
It's really, and anybody who's ever had glue and newspaper is dangerous. Like the whole thing can be stuck together in 2 seconds. So this is just stunning. She did a beautiful job.
Absolutely.
Beautiful job. So what's coming up? What's coming up in the next year that people should maybe mark their calendars or maybe join your mailing list so they can hear about? You do amazing things. You have openings. You have amazing artists come and do talks for free.
Yeah.
And people can get up close and personal with the artist.
Absolutely.
So we have highlighted.
We have a number of great events coming up, both in the spring and then into the summer and next fall. Our next show is by this artist Fahim Majid, who is getting a lot of attention now. He just spent the summer creating a floating museum that was going down the river in downtown Chicago. It was stationed at the Riverwalk, but also at Navy Pier during Art Chicago. He is creating a new body of sculpture work, which will be in the space in February. And then this summer, we'll have the second annual Emerging Artists Exhibition.
So now when you talk about this one, I just want everybody at home to know, if you're an artist out there, this is something you can participate in. We wanted something that reached out to the community.
Absolutely, because we serve not only the students and the faculty and the guests at the MAC, but also the greater community. And last year we tried it, so we had an application where artists could submit artwork, and then we had a group of professionals jury the work and put together a show, and it was a huge success. I mean, the artists that we had were of really high caliber. A lot of them have been going off to do really wonderful things. And just, again, seeing the amount of quality of work in the space was spectacular.
And I love that we're supporting local artists.
Absolutely.
I think that's awesome.
And there are prizes, too.
There's
good
prizes.
Chance to get some money, yeah.
Isn't it like $1,000 for first prize?
This year we're doing $1,500 for first prize, and then 3 honorable mentions of $500.
Very nice.
So it's a great opportunity. If anyone's interested, they can go to our website, which is clevecarneygallery.org. There's information on how to submit work, or to get on our mailing list to find out about these exhibitions, but also our Visiting Artist series, our free lecture series that goes all year long.
Sign up for the website. It's an awesome series. Thank you so much, Justin.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Buffalo Theater is back on February 1st with Time Stands Still, the story of a real-life photojournalist grappling with her changing identity after returning from war-torn Iraq. Performances run through March 4th. On February 2nd, bring the kids to enjoy Dragons Love Tacos and Other Stories, presented by TheaterWorks USA. On February 10th, join all your friends at the MAC for a not-to-be-missed event right in time for Fat Tuesday. The MAC's Mardi Gras party and fundraiser will feature New Orleans food and drink, beer tastings from Two Brothers, a silent auction, and more. But wait, the party doesn't end there. Be sure to stay for the Mardi Gras show, Mojo and the Bayou Gypsies. Screening on February 4th and 8th is the next show from National Theater Live, a new and hip rendition of the family favorite Peter Pan. Then on February 9th, Hear from NASA engineer and National Geographic journalist Kobe Boykins as he shares his experiences exploring Mars. The Second City will be back on February 17th for the best Valentine's date in town, complete with chocolates and hearts for everyone. On February 18th, the all-star Cuban orchestra Cubanismo will sizzle and swing in a critically acclaimed concert.